In this video, I'll show you how to edit the menu in Figma. We will talk about setup, tools, and some nuances. We will go through this list of topics: replacing texts, moving and adding items, adjusting the height of rows and columns, exporting documents to PDF, editing the master component, and useful hotkeys. A great starting point in Figma is utilizing the Share tool. This feature allows you to set access levels for different users, providing options such as edit or view permissions, either publicly via a link or exclusively to invited users. Once permissions are set, simply copy the link to share the document. Let's move on to the topic of text editing. You can find the Text tool on the top panel. By selecting the Text tool, you enter text editing mode and can now edit or completely replace any text information. Now let's discuss what the document consists of as a whole. When I hover over the document, we see that there are some borders. They show what blocks the document consists of. If I select the entire page, the sidebar will show me the margins on the right, left, and between the blocks. Currently, they are set to 30 pixels. If we change this value to, for example, 100, it will change the size of the margins. Why did it display like this now? The two main columns have a fixed width set. We can change the responsiveness parameter in each block. To do this, we select the needed blocks and change the responsiveness parameter from fixed to fill container. This parameter is adjustable in all blocks. In the Figma, they are called frames, starting from the general block. We can adjust the margins in any frame, but I recommend using standard margins of 30 pixels. Now let's talk about moving positions or frames. First, you need to select the desired component. We click several times, depending on the nesting of the frames. Now we can move it either by dragging or using the keyboard arrows. This principle works with all frames. Now let's discuss adding instances and turning layers on, dark, off. We also need to select a component. It is always purple in color. If we delete any objects from the component via the delete button, these objects are simply hidden, and we can turn them back on from the Layers panel. To create a new instance, we can duplicate a layer via the Command-D keyboard shortcut. Now we can edit the duplicate component. On the left Layers panel, we can see what our component consists of. Here we can turn the display of layers on and off via the eye icon or hide them via the delete key. Expanding the frame, we will see its contents such as name and price, ingredients, divider, and the add some tags. First, we need to turn on the hidden group. Now we can edit the text or delete unnecessary objects. The same can be done with any other component. If you accidentally lose your component, you can get back to it through the Shift-2 key combination. This combination allows you to move to the layer that is selected in the Layers panel. For permanent information, such as the logo, website, numbering, and so on, we have a separate component, Therefore, we can hide and display these elements in the same way as the other components. Now let's talk about row and column height. Sometimes there are situations when we have a lot of items and little space. The easiest way is to transfer the content to a new line, because that way we maintain readability. If this is not possible, then we need to adjust the padding within the component. We select the frame, press Enter to go down one level within this frame. We deselect unnecessary layers by holding Shift and clicking with the mouse. We find the auto layout settings on the right panel, which we talked about earlier, and change the value of the top and bottom padding. Now let's discuss exporting documents to PDF. To do this, we need to select the documents we want to save. Find the Export section at the very bottom of the right side panel. Select the format in which we want to save the document, and export it to our desktop or another folder. All changes within the Figma file are automatically saved if we are working online through a browser or through the desktop version. Now let's discuss 2 points for additional information. First, there is master editing. Editing the master may be required if we want to change the styling, font, color, sizes, hierarchy, and so on. The master is the main component. Editing the master leads to changes in all other components that belong to it. Deleting in the master is irreversible. Therefore, I recommend not changing the master unless necessary. The second great tool is search. For example, we want to find and delete all bootable items. The Command F key combination opens the search. We write or copy the desired text to find matches in the document. Now that we've found them, we can delete or edit them. I'll remind you that Enter, or the Shift-Enter key combination, allows us to move between nesting levels. Shift-Enter allows you to go up a level and enter down a level. Here are 2 more useful features. Group renaming of documents is available through the Command-R key combination. It's not necessary to rename everything in order, it can be done once. The last useful feature is adding sections to a document. This is done through the Pages tab on the left panel. In the free version, we can add up to 3 pages. This helps structure documents and maintain order.